I wanted to have another discussion about XP and reaching rank 155. Is it any easier or harder than it was in Season 0? I'll be covering all the sources of XP and how you can best use them to fly through the ranks. You can skip ahead if that's all you want. I always have timestamps below, but this is more of a discussion style video than a guide. For context, I saw this very popular thread about how Infinity Ward pulled a fast one by increasing the XP per officer rank. Well, I noticed that right away too. I mean, they show it to you right there. They aren't hiding it, and I mentioned it in the first video about Season 1. This guy thought they doubled it from 10k to 20k, roughly accurate. I think in Season 0 it was 12k per rank at the beginning, and then in the higher ranks it was somewhere around 30 something per rank, and now it's 20k per rank, and I'm guessing that will increase to 40 to 50k-ish in the later ranks. Right now for me, it's around 24k XP per rank at level 80-ish. Okay, so there's more XP per rank now, but first of all, in that thread he was mixing up rank with Battle Pass tier, which is why he saw it as more evil. He thought the pass tiers were going to get harder and harder to earn, but those are clearly independent. I do still plan on doing a bunch of Battle Pass earn rate testing. You may think it's purely time played at this point, but I mean, some people say it takes them hours for a tier, and other people say, oh, half an hour per tier, and the official blog does say it's a combination of playing, XP, and challenges. That's where I got the idea in the other video that XP might be a factor. I didn't just make that up. And from my early testing, I can tell you it does seem to be true. Time played is big, but it does factor in XP, despite what a lot of people are saying. Anyway, there's a lot to look into. This video is not about the Battle Pass. That was just a simple mistake that guy made. Back to that thread and the idea of rank 155 being harder now. Well, because of other changes in the game, I think 155 is not any harder than it was before. I believe it's easier, so by no means do I think they pulled a fast one, and it hurts me to see so many people in agreement about this, because I have many complaints about Modern Warfare 2, and this seems like such an absurd thing to focus on. When you complain about everything, it means nothing. Again, I'm not coming at this from the perspective of someone with a lot of time to play the game. It's not like, oh, I play for 19 hours a day, so your concern is invalid. No, all I'm saying is that I really think it is easier to reach 155 than it was in Season 0. And for the record, I think that's a good thing. I don't want it to be harder to reach 155. That's what I've always said. I want it to be accessible and fairly quick, to have all the ribbon challenges unlocked so you can be working on them. Whenever I talk about XP waste and the rank cap, my most basic solution is always to just uncap the rank, because I think that would give the big XP grinders and no-lifers a simple way to show off their playtime without punishing the people who have less time to play by holding some meaningful content forever out of their reach. I've already talked about that a lot, but I have a point to add. Even if you aren't the type of player to get to 155, I hope you agree it seems clearly flawed for XP to mean literally nothing after 155, because that ruins how they use it as a reward system. Even for things like winning games and playing objectives. If those aren't a reward in their own right for you, which they aren't for everyone, especially in public Call of Duty matches, then you aren't incentivized at all anymore to be chasing those objective points and wins, or to stay in a game for the match bonus. Same with dailies becoming pointless, trials XP, mission and officer challenge XP being wasted. Why is that 155 player on my team not picking up any tags or hopping on flags? Well, they might not care. So bottom line, I only want the XP after 155 to go somewhere, anywhere at all. I don't want reaching 155 to be harder, and I don't think it is. And that's because of a few changes. One, you'll notice many of these officer challenges have some pretty beefy XP bonuses this time around. A lot of 15k XP challenges in here. They go in a pattern of big, medium, small, and repeat. That's roughly triple what we were getting in Season 0. None of those ever broke 5 or 6,000, with the small challenges only being 650 XP. Barely noticeable. So the XP per rank increase is more of a shift in how you're meant to play to rank up. Before, it seemed easier to just play through normally, get to rank 155, then go back through and look at all the challenges. Now that you have them all available, it's more convenient to know you aren't missing out on any progress on a later one, and the XP waste from the challenge bonus wasn't that bad. Now, they really want you to be paying attention to the challenges, completing them as you go, and if you do that, you'll be progressing very quickly. So that's one big change, and if anything, it makes more sense this way. The challenge XP is much more impactful now, so pay attention to them if you want to rank up quickly. The second big change is simply how there's a lot more time in this season. Season 0, going from launch day to the 3rd, was 41 days. Season 1 is 62 days, a whole extra third of time. Plus, the XP you have to get in that time is probably actually lower in total, since if you played any decent amount in Season 0, then you're starting off at rank 55. The 1 to 55 grind was a pretty big thing that you don't have to do this time. So not only do you have much bigger XP bonuses when you focus on the challenges, and 3 extra weeks to do it, if you're starting at 55, I'd guess you need either less or a very similar amount of total XP as last time. And on top of all that, there are more XP sources than ever, many of which weren't available until late in Season 0. Co-op operations are now better XP after the buff they got. Trials is a huge source for easy XP. I'm sure I'll be using them as gameplay in case you want some examples of getting 3 stars. Like this version of the 50 target speedball map where you have to pick up guns is actually pretty hard. The weapon wall version gives you a lot more time. The strategy I developed was to go for the SCAR and then the MP5 and put it in single fire mode so you don't run out of ammo. Man, I love these things. Trials has no right to be more fun than Spec Ops. I can't believe it. Like, I know these don't seem that involved development-wise either. They often use multiplayer maps, but at the same time, they don't come off as lazy. They're well put together, like the gun courses and even the parkour stuff with the little markers. They have a certain charm to them, like somebody cared about these, and I'm glad I like them because sometimes I worry when I'm complaining about special ops. Am I just a grumpy old man looking back at older games with rose-colored glasses? Do I just complain about everything? I don't want to be that guy. But then I play something that is fun and realize, yeah, Spec Ops totally could have been fun with 20 of these in there at launch. Anyway, I think you get a ticket every 5 levels, because at the end of the 100 ranks you end up with 20 of them. Thankfully, you can carry your tickets between seasons. Last season, I wasted 1 to try it out, but I banked 19, and that, along with the few more I earned along the way, got me from rank 59 to 78 right off the bat in a bit over an hour. And that is thanks to popping a double XP token. You should absolutely be doing your trials under double XP. If you don't have a token for an hour, you can just use multiples of smaller ones, like 15 minutes, and they will add together. Like, you can activate 2 15-minute tokens and get half an hour, and that's good to do if you know you don't have to go anywhere or take a break, because you don't want to be running out of that XP right before the end of the trial when you actually get the XP. If you don't have any tokens, I'll talk about that too. So yes, having a token active does double the reward. When I gave that tip a long time ago, I had people telling me it was patched and removed, like right away. But no, it definitely does work. Maybe your tokens ran out right before the end, so this is a great way to begin every season. As an XP tip for the future, I'd recommend carrying 50 to 20 or so of your tickets into the next season every time. Like, I won't be using any more that I earn in this season, and then you can use them to get your first 15 to 20 levels really quickly. And the only reason that matters is because you'll unlock a good starting set of officer challenges that you can focus on doing, and that'll help propel you through the rest of the season as you unlock more and more challenges. So I mentioned double XP tokens. Those are yet another thing that will help you. I haven't even been using any of the ones I was gifted by very kind folks sharing Doritos codes, because there was some bug where multiple people could redeem the same bag for a short period of time. You can also be getting these tokens for free through promotions like the Twitch loot drop thing they seem to do every few weeks. It isn't Twitch Prime either. You just have to watch some COD streamer for the drop. This time it was half an hour of XP. You aren't going to get a lot from that, but it should be enough to help with doing some trials each season. There were also some tokens you get from playing the campaign, and there are 6 hours of both XP and weapon XP in the battle pass if you're doing that. Plus, there are actual double XP events. I would guess once a month. I'm sure there will be one at the end of the season again, hopefully one in the middle as well. If you can make really good use of just one double XP weekend, you probably don't even have to play the rest of the 60 days to reach 155. Plus, I can re-mention the daily challenges for XP, the XP at every step of missions, the camo challenges upon further inspection do seem to award XP, and obviously the regular XP you're earning at all times from just playing the game, which is easy to come by, especially now that they said they are bringing back Shoot House 24/7. Maybe it'll come with shipment as the close quarters playlist tons of people are asking for. Good XP rates for all. So I hope you see where I'm coming from when I'm saying 155 does not appear to be harder. You don't have to be a no-lifer to hit it. This level of complaining is positively bonkers to me. They increased the XP per rank. Everybody riot. Really? Like, do you miss prestiging? Sure, I gotcha. 100%er challenges, right there with you. Do you hate the matchmaking? Oh, I feel you, buddy. But too hard to rank up? Especially when you aren't even needing to re-unlock gear like traditional prestige. So it isn't like you're stuck being handicapped while it takes a long time to rank up. So what's the problem exactly? Wait, you're telling me I have to play the game? I wanted to play as little as possible. Like, all bullshit aside, all this progression stuff I'm always on about, it's just for fun, dude. It really doesn't matter. If I don't reach 155, I don't care. It's just something to do, something to shoot for. The value a mastery accomplishment has is only how hard it is to get and if you care about it or not. If you play 3 hours a week, you got a busy life, or you aren't that into the game, that's cool, obviously, hope you're having fun, but you're not entitled to the animated mastery emblem. There's nothing wrong with shooting for the tier 8 or 9 emblem, whatever you want, whatever you have time for. At the same time, I do miss having a permanent 100%er as an extreme long-term goal that isn't going to reset, that everyone can work towards at their own pace over the life cycle of the game. We have Damascus for that, but challenges were always the other half. Anyway, I can't tell you what to complain about. I just thought this particular issue was very silly, really draws away from what I'd consider to be objectively much bigger issues, and I figured I could justify rambling about it since I'd be covering all the ways you can gain XP, like the officer challenges are a big deal this time, pay attention to them, and the trials double XP thing people kept telling me was patched is pretty big to know about. It does still work. Alright, well, good luck on the grind this season. Remember, none of it matters if you aren't having fun going for it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.